So now we'll discuss about the gastric acid secretion. Okay, along with salivary secretion and the pancreatic secretion. So this is about secretion of the alimentary tract. I want it to be done faster. So let us start with the following. Cephalic phases, I told you, 20%. Okay. Um, Cephalic phase is 20% of acid secretion has been done here at cephalic phase, and we can also see in cephalic phase that it is by sight or smell, even though thought of food parasympathetic by vagus before the food enters the mouth. Gastric phases in the I told you it is in the gastric mucosa food will be there. Gastrin release, stretch of the stomach, distension of the stomach we call it as a vasovagal reflex. Okay, 72 to 80% of acid secretion will be there. Next, in the intestinal phase, it is also in the small intestine of duodenum. Okay, hormonal mechanisms, several like secretin, CCK, and VEP, GIP, somatostatin, they will just inhibit the gastric secretion. Okay, and enterogastric reflex also will decreases or inhibits the motility and the gastric secretion. Okay, this is what you require to do. Okay, so next is about the important educational points. So what are secreted by what enzymes or any important products secreted from each cell we are going to see right now. Okay, so if you see, we have salivary gland that secretes the amylase or ptyalin. Okay, this is a spelling mistake. Ebner gland secretes the lingual lipase. This is important. Okay, this is important. And parietal cells produce HCl and intrinsic factor, which is B12. Chief cell or zyme organ produces pepsinogen. Enterochromafin, we call it ECL cells secreting the histamine. D cells producing the somatostatin. G cells producing the gastrin. Brunner glands, okay, of duodenum, they produce alkaline mucus. Okay, and the goblet cell producing the mucus. Goblet cell is produced by the mucus. Okay, exocrine part of the intestine, that is sorry, pancreas. You have trypsin, chymotrypsin, clactase, lipase, colipase, carboxypeptidase, amylase, hydrolase, phospholipase, ribonuclease, deoxyribonuclease. These are produced the exocrine part. Endocrine part of pancreas produced by, it produces A cells. The alpha cells produce glucagon, beta cells produce insulin or amylin, somatostatin by D cells. Okay, here also somatostatin by D cells only. Okay, in the stomach. Okay, F cell produces the pancreatic polypeptide. Okay, so the cells, you should know what is their important product. That is also very important. Okay, so here you can see the secretin. So I just wanted to focus only in this region. So you have secretin, right? Secretin produces a large amount of alkaline pancreatic juice rich in bicarbonates but poor in enzyme, whereas cholecystokinin act on acetylcholine to release iamogin granules, and pancreatic juice that is rich in enzyme. This is rich in enzyme. This is poor in enzyme but rich in the bicarbonates. So this is what a MCQ question can come across this region. Okay, right. So you can see cells within the gastric glands. Okay, you have mucus cells. This will come across afterwards also, but you can just see mucus cells producing parietal or oxyntic, both are same names. Okay, and you have mucus cells secreting mucus. Okay, HCO3 minus also, and you have parietal cells producing the HCl and intrinsic factor. Zyme organ or chief cell producing pepsinogen. Indeed, enteroendocrine cells like ECL producing histamine, gastrin producing G cells, D cells somatostatin. Okay, and serotonin is being produced. So three in gastric glands you have three cells. One is mucus cells, parietal oxyntic or chief and zymogen. Extra you can learn about the enteroendocrine cells also. Okay. This is about gastric gland. Mesenteric plexus. This is important. Mesenteric plexus, you have the kind of secretion of gastric glands. But mesenteric plexus, through the smooth circular and longitudinal muscles, they help in the peristalsis movement of the contents of the gut. So for movement you require the mesenteric plexus. For secretion of gastric contents you have the mesenteric plexus. So saliva. So you now focus only on saliva and gastric. Saliva you have 1000 volume is reproduced. Gastric is 1500 ml. Volume I am talking about. Saliva is more alkaline, so 6 to 7 pH. Whereas gastric is acidic, so 1 to 3.5. 1000, 1500, 6 to 7 and 1 to 3.5. Okay, right. Now zymogen or proenzyme, that is inactive form of enzymes, that we call as zymogen enzymes. These are inactive enzyme precursors. Okay, requires a biochemical changes to become an active one. That is hydrolysis it requires. So in stomach you have pepsinogen that should be converted by HCl to convert into pepsin. Whereas in pancreas you have trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procholipase, proelastase, procarboxypeptidase, and prophospholipase. So trypsinogen converted into a trypsin, chymotrypsinogen converted into chymotrypsin, procholipase is converted to cholipase, proelastase is converted to elastase, procarboxypeptidase converted to carboxypeptidase, prophospholipase converted into phospholipase. This is important. Okay, which is zymogen or proenzyme form. Secretin, you can see what are the roles of secretin. Secretin increases the bicarbonate secretion. Okay, it also produces water in alkaline pancreatic juice. Okay, action on the pancreatic duct cells. It augments the action, it supports the action of the CCK, decreases the gastric acid secretion, and augments the contraction of pyloric sphincter. Okay, is very important. Okay, but it doesn't have any roles in the bile acids and bile salt synthesis. Okay, it has a role only with water and HCO3 minus, but there is no role with bile acid and bile salt. That is the role of cholecystokinin. And see, in K plus, if you have to see, K plus secretion is more. Okay, in the kind of secretion is more in salivary. Salivary, so K plus secretion is more in the salivary secretion, but the concentration of K plus is more in the colonic secretion. Colonic. Okay, we find them in the intestine. So colonic secretion is a concentration, whereas secretion you can see in the saliva. Okay. And as I told you, this is the important tabular column you should require and see. So gastric gland, I told you, have mucous nexus, right? You have the chief cells, parietal cells, and enteroendocrine cells, just G cells, D cells, and E cells we have discussed. But cardiac glands you have, okay, in the cardiac orifice. So gastric glands are present in the body and fundus. So cardiac glands, one is mucus secreting cells, another one is the parietal and chief cells. So both only these parietal cells and chief cells, these three things alone comes under the cardiac part. So you know what are the producing, okay, but not the enteroendocrine cells. Okay, that won't come under the cardiac part. So body and fundus, gastric, only cardiac orifice you have cardiac glands. Pyloric part you can see, the pyloric part has mucus secreting cells and G cells. Okay, so mucus secreting cells will be there. Along with that, you have the not the parietal and chief cells, but you have the G cells, which is in the enteroendocrine, that is going to produce the gastrin. So this is a pyloric antrum. You can see them. So three glands are there: gastric glands, okay, cardiac glands, and pyloric glands. What are the cells? Mucus secreting cells, chief cells, parietal cells, and enteroendocrine. Here you have only mucous neck and chief and parietal cells. Here you have pyloric antrum. You have mucus secreting cells and G cells. So here this is a totally the amount of watery content or liquid content produced is 6500. Okay, from all secretions like salivary, stomach, bile, pancreas, intestines, and what are not reabsorbed, what is balancing stool. Totally the water turnover in the gastrointestinal tract is 6500 ml. This is one important MCQ. Okay, that's it.